Battlefield 2042 Season 2 brings new life to the game. Modern Warfare 2 gameplay leaks show off new mechanics, Halo Infinite's roadmap is annoying fans, and much more on This Week in Gaming. Battlefield 2042 Season 2 launched this week with new content and key gameplay updates. The new Stranded map offers intense infantry combat, notably absent from the game's launch maps. Season 2 also includes Crawford, a support specialist with access to the Vulcan stationary minigun. 3 new weapons were added, in addition to Portal crossover weapons, and Portal itself also got some new weapons. Generally, the response to the new season has been positive. Many players feel that Season 2 is light on content just like Season 1, but that the content on offer is good. It isn't all great news, however. On a live stream, DICE confirmed that a server browser would not be coming to All Out Warfare. This is particularly annoying for low populated regions that struggle to find a match already. They did confirm that persistent servers and improved matchmaking tools are coming to Portal. The Pike specialist has been nerfed as well. Her wall hack ability now gives a snapshot of enemy locations rather than spotting them in real time. This should help dampen her dominance on those chaotic infantry-focused locations. Microsoft's gaming CEO, Phil Spencer, announced that Call of Duty would come to the Game Pass. The goal, according to Spencer, is to make COD more accessible. He also stated that Microsoft is committed to making the same version of COD available on PlayStation, despite the Activision acquisition. In other Call of Duty news, leaked campaign footage for Modern Warfare 2 shows new gameplay and mechanics. One of the clips shows the new driving mechanics, including the ability to jump between vehicles and refuel and repair cars. It's unknown if these mechanics will come to multiplayer or Warzone. Other gameplay clips show off the game's swimming gameplay and a mission based in Chicago at night. In Star Citizen news, the devs at Cloud Imperium Games announced that more details on the annual CitizenCon event would come next week. Players speculate that the event will be held on the 8th of October this year. The next in-game update, Alpha 3.18, is now being discussed internally. It is rumored to go live at the end of the month, but that of course is subject to change. The headline feature for the update is persistent entity streaming. This tech will allow items, ships, and even destruction to stick around indefinitely on a server. Internal development of the feature has moved to primary development, and they're in a sprint to get it ready for launch. In the meantime, the Ship Showdown event is on right now, where players vote on their favorite flyable ship. Entries are posted to the community hub on Twitter. Cloud Imperium stated that they're taking extra steps to ensure new accounts aren't used to vote unfairly. The winner of the event will be crowned on the 15th. Ubisoft officially announced the next Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed Mirage will be fully revealed at the Ubisoft Forward event on September 10th. It's rumored to be a smaller-scale, stealth-focused game that'll bridge the gap until the bigger Assassin's Creed Infinity game launches. According to gaming analyst Jason Schreier, Assassin's Creed Mirage is set in Baghdad and probably started development as DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but grew into its own game. The report also indicates that the game will return to the franchise's roots with a focus on stealth instead of RPG-style leveling and dialogue choices. More details will be shared at the Ubisoft Forward event. Halo Infinite's developer 343 Industries made some big announcements this week. The highly anticipated Forge mode is launching in November. It'll allow players to create their own content via building new maps using an in-depth editor. The Forge beta will arrive as part of the winter update. 2 new multiplayer maps made using the Forge editor will be launching alongside the mode. Co-op campaign functionality is also launching in November for players that want to squad up with a friend. However, there's some bad news as well. The local split-screen co-op mode is now cancelled, a considerable blow to the old-school fans excited for the feature. 343 shared a roadmap for Infinite, which doesn't paint the prettiest picture for the game. Fans are already complaining about a lackluster launch period and lack of content, and the roadmap doesn't really change that. The reception online has reflected this sentiment, with many fans quite upset. Halo Infinite is supposed to act as the live service for the franchise over the next 10 years, but it seems like the developers are struggling to meet expectations for new content despite the game being well received otherwise. Naughty Dog's masterpiece, The Last of Us, has been released for the 3rd time, this time as the next-gen remake for PlayStation 5. Generally speaking, the reviews for the remake are favorable. The storyline holds up with fantastic animation, writing, and performances. The remake's graphical overhaul aligns it with the 2020 Last of Us Part 2, and it even borrows a lot of the improved gameplay mechanics from the game. As for new content, the remake includes 2 new modes, Permadeath and Speedrun. These are new challenges for hardcore players. At the end of the day though, it's the same game as the 2013 release, and the $70 price tag is a lot to swallow for most players. There's no doubt that the game is a hit, but it doesn't do much more than improve the graphics over the original, which might not be enough for some people to justify the cost. A new hardcore mode is being rolled out for the already pretty tough survival game Rust. Hardcore will feature no teams or team systems. There'll be no safe zone to rest in, peacekeepers and sentries have been removed, and the local chat is limited to a 100-meter radius. There's no minimap or compass, so players must be very skillful to survive. Alongside the hardcore mode, the new update Rust also includes several UI changes, bug fixes, and quality of life improvements. Rust boasts a very impressive 130,000 peak player count on Steam and continues to grow monthly. Live streamer superstar Ninja ended his latest broadcast on Twitch abruptly, saying he needs a break and doesn't know when he'll be back or what platform he'll be back on. Later, he removed his Twitter profile picture and updated his name to user not found. Shortly after, all of his social media and platform accounts were updated with similar changes. His Twitch account is no longer partnered, and it seems likely that he'll begin streaming on YouTube following an announcement. Ninja leaving Twitch would be yet another high-profile streamer following the exodus of talent to other sites. Ludwig, Valkyrie, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Lupo, and a handful of Twitch's other top streamers have all left the platform for greener pastures in the past 2 years. The reaction to Ninja's behavior, however, has been pretty mixed. Many accuse him of faking a burnout to drum up publicity for his upcoming announcement. Burnout and other mental health issues are a sore spot for content creators across Twitch, YouTube, social media, and beyond, since those jobs can seem easy and/or ideal to viewers. But the reality is that especially at high profile level, it can be extremely stressful and demanding, especially when you're someone like Ninja. Most streamers tend to make a big show of a platform switch, but they rarely drag mental health or personal issues into it. Ninja may very well be burned out and looking for a break, but the coordinated effort to update his branding on all platforms make this seem more like a PR stunt than anything else. A few weeks ago, Logitech announced that it was teaming up with Tencent to work on a new game streaming handheld. It's called the Logitech G Gaming Handheld, and leaked images give us a good idea of what it'll look like. The in-progress user interface is included in one screenshot as well. The handheld has a striking resemblance to the Nintendo Switch, with a very similar button and joystick layout. The specs for the device weren't included in the leak, but Logitech is rumored to reveal it soon. The handheld space is quickly getting more and more competitive. Valve's Steam Deck had hundreds of thousands of pre-orders and sales, and the Nintendo Switch continues to dominate the space as well. More competition from Logitech would be great for consumers. New PlayStation 5 models have been spotted for sale in Australia. These new editions of the next-gen console don't look any different on the outside, but inside they're much lighter than the original hardware. The disc version is 300 grams lighter, while the digital version has shed 200 grams. This is the second revision of the PlayStation 5. Sony previously trimmed down the heatsink within the console to lose 600 grams. They've yet to talk about any PlayStation 5 Slim, but since we're already 2 years into the life cycle, a visual refresh is bound to happen soon. Both the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 had design changes within 2 years. Before we get to our next story, I'd encourage you to take a moment to consider becoming a subscriber or becoming a channel member. Both options are a fantastic way to support what we do. Channel members get access to exclusive emotes and a name badge that updates the more months that you've been a member. Any support is greatly appreciated. The cult survival horror sequel The Forest: Sons of the Forest is delayed again. The developers at End Night Games announced that the sequel would ship next February. A new 12-second gameplay teaser was shared as well. It gives fans an idea of what horrors lie ahead. The sequel is more refined than the first game and features better graphics and gameplay. According to the devs, The Sons of the Forest is much more narrative-driven. Now, if you're looking for my final opinion on the Battlefield 2042 Season 2 content, check out this video. DICE generally surprised me with the update and some fast turnaround balance changes that I think you'll want to hear about. Check it out.